WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, everyone. A Columbus police officer is suspended without pay and is being questioned by West Point police. A Columbus spokesman says the alleged incident took place while the unidentified officer was off duty.
The mother of the alleged victim reached out to WCBI telling us the investigation involves illicit pictures, a cell phone, and a minor. Other sources have confirmed her story to WCBI. We have been able to confirm the officer's name, but we will not release it until he is charged with a crime. CPD is not releasing the officer's name. West Point police have not returned our calls for comment. Columbus councilmen will discuss this issue at their meeting on Tuesday night.
It may not seem like it right now, but the stage is being set for severe weather.
That's right. There's been calm weather all day, but that will be changing over the next several hours. Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson joins us now with the first look at our forecast.
Yeah, right now, Joey, Andre, it is a gorgeous Friday evening. 79 degrees in Columbus, windy but warm with a mix of sun and clouds. Some spots still around 80 degrees. So for the next couple of hours, no issues whatsoever. We do have a storm over here in the Delta near Greenville. That is moving northeast. That's going to bypass our area. So I don't really anticipate any major concerns here this evening, but there are a lot of storms back to the west, a big-time spring storm developing. And as we go throughout the evening and the early part of the overnight hours, that line of storms will gradually get closer and closer to us. But I don't really think we're going to have any concern until maybe 2 a.m. at the earliest. So for the next 8 hours or so, probably not a lot going on around here. After 2 a.m., a chance for some strong storms, especially northwest of the Natchez Trace Parkway, and that line of storms will come on in, and then we may see some redevelopment tomorrow morning late into the afternoon. So tornadoes, wind, hail, and some heavy rainfall will be a threat as we go throughout the next 24 hours around here. So just be weather aware. We're in the 70s tomorrow with that chance for storms. More details in just a few minutes.
Well, we, of course, are no strangers to severe weather here in the Twin States. That's why it's so important to know how to get the warnings.
Our Victoria Bailey talks with emergency professionals about how people stay informed. She joins us live from the Lowndes County EMA with more.
Flooding, high winds, severe thunderstorms. That's what most of this area is expecting in the next few hours. And EMA offices just like this one around the area are urging people know when the storm hits. It could mean the difference between life or death.
Sometimes these storms may be on your doorstep before you know it, and you need to just be able to dart away into your storm shelter, your basement, someplace safe.
But getting to safety requires time. Chickasaw County EMA Director Linda Griffin says the only way to get that is to get notified.
Severe weather we're anticipating in Chickasaw County this weekend is going to be in the middle of the night when most people are asleep. So that's where code red, comes in to be very beneficial, because it only calls you if we go under a warning. Calls your cell phone and your home phone.
The Code Red system is free to any resident of Chickasaw County, but it's not the only way to stay informed when bad weather develops.
There are other apps that you can put on your phone through the Weather Service that will notify you and send you information.
We send out push alerts on our WCBI News app. We, of course, are on Facebook, Twitter, social media, simulcasting our severe weather coverage on WCBI.com, also on WCBI TV. So really there's no way that you should not be aware that there's storms going on anytime that we have them these days.
And when the weather knocks out the power,
keep their cell phone fully charged in the event that severe weather may happen during the night and your power goes out. And there's a lot of different reasons you need that cell phone: to get that call from Code Red, or if you need to notify family members, if you need to leave home, you need to let somebody know you're leaving home and you're going to be in a different location.
Now the Chickasaw County EMA office sends out weather alerts through Facebook that come down from the Memphis and Jackson area. For more information on the Code Red system or getting severe weather notifications in general, visit WCBI.com. But for now, we're live in Columbus. I'm Victoria Bailey, WCBI News. Guys.
Having a severe weather safety plan is important this time of year. Monroe County's EMA director wants people to know where they can go to find shelters. Smithville, Hatley, and Hamilton High schools have shelters for people to take cover EMA Director Bunky Goza urges families to discuss their plans.
We encourage the people to maintain a situational awareness and have a preparedness kit. And this is part of the preparedness set, maintain this awareness. When a storm happens, not the time to respond or know what to call for information. You want to do it beforehand. And ways to do that, mainly with the websites of different county EMA offices.
Monroe County Schools usually send out a social media message when the domes are open.
Well, in the last week, the Chinese government backed down on several threats to put tariffs on U.S. exports.
But one of those exports, soybeans, may still be on the hit list. Our Parker King reported last week a tariff like this can have a major impact on our state's agriculture. Today, he talks with one high-ranking ag specialist and joins us live in the studio with more. Parker?
Guys, we know now that cotton is no longer king and soybeans have taken the top rank for row crops in our state. So if China is to put tariffs on our farmers, what's the response? I go to the Mississippi Delta for answers. Take a look.
The Mississippi Delta is known for its fertile soil and productive crops. The 18 counties form an organization known as the Delta Council, where a board keeps everyone on the same page.
Well, it's a big focus on ag, highways, flood control, health care, all kind of things like that impact our region.
Council President George King farms soybeans and corn in the southern Delta. He says the tariff threats on soybeans made by the Chinese is something to be on the lookout for.
You know, there's all kind of policies that go on that can affect the markets, and more or less the rumors can affect the markets more than the actual facts. You know, so we just have to watch what's going on in the federal government or any policy making decisions that will affect our markets.
King has farmed the same land for over 30 years, and for him, rising and falling prices of crops is something seen every day, just like a stock market.
It's publicly traded, you know, so we have a free market here in our country, so it's traded just like supply and demand.
But a tariff like this could mean more than just cents on the dollar. It could be dollars. As scary as that can be, King says it comes with the job.
I mean, that's what farming's all about, is managing risk, you know. It's just another thing that we have to manage, you know, have to try to put ourselves in the best position we can to withstand something like that, or be able to hold on long enough, you know, to our crops until it recovers.
Full disclosure, yes, George King and I are related. He's my uncle. My Uncle George knows how important agriculture is for our foreign policy and hopes it continues to stay that way.
Ag has been a bright spot, you know, in our relations with other countries, in our trade with other countries. So we hopefully that both countries will realize that a trade war is not very good for anybody.
It's always good to go and see some family every now and then. There's no word yet on if these tariffs will actually go into effect, but the threat still remains. And even if something is to happen, it would be months before even anything is implemented, giving farmers plenty of time.
New at 6, Dr. Martin Luther King's legacy is honored in Monroe County today. Senator Hob Bryan and Elder John Barentine were recognized today at the MLK 50 Salute for Service program. The event was held at St. Paul's Church in the Athens community. Pastor James Cook says the goal is to strengthen the bonds between the races.
We needed to do something that would bring our town together, to be able to show that they are worthy, white and black. So these two individuals were chosen today because they epitomize the essence and the spirit of Dr. Martin Luther King.
Memphis police officer Chris Street spoke at the ceremony. He talked about his life and the changes he's seen in race relations.
Freight trains, fun, and critters, of course. The Amory Railroad Festival has pulled into town.
We check in with festival goers to find out about their favorites coming up. Welcome back. Mississippi State University's Communications Department is working on a new way to tell the state's stories. It's the college's inaugural New Narrative Festival. The event welcomes students, faculty, and area residents to share storytelling ideas and techniques. It also highlights the state's role in influencing change in traditional and emerging narrative platforms. Organizers say the event is a great way to expose students to different stories and different approaches.
Focusing on the ways that we are changing how we communicate, and also the many contributions of Mississippians and those with strong ties to the state. And if this goes as well as we think, we're already talking about next year and making it an annual event.
It's a two-day festival, and it's sponsored in part by UPS.
Thousands are going to Frisco Park and Amory for the annual Railroad Festival. There is live music, rides for all ages, vendors selling a variety of items, and of course, food. Food's always good. This year marks the 40th year for the festival, and those who attend all have their favorite things to see and do.
What ride do you want to go on?
360.
What is that?
It goes all the way around.
You know what I do on those rides?
What?
Those kind of rides make me throw up.
Well, I never rode one, so I don't know if I will.
What do you like about the Railroad Fest?
The food and the ride.
What food do you like best?
Apple fritters.
Organizers canceled Saturday's car show, but all other events will still take place, rain or shine.
Ideal evening for the Railroad Festival right now. Get out there, make the most of it. A live look in Tupelo with our Alpha Insurance Camera Network. No issues for this evening. Mild now. After midnight, a better chance for some showers and storms. Full forecast.
Your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
6:17 on our Friday evening, a live look at Durham's Pharmacy in Vernon, Alabama. Some sunshine, some of those friendly clouds with a great day we have had down in Louisville, Mississippi here. A live look, a few more of those cumulus clouds, some more clouds and sun looking back to the west, but that foreshadows some changes coming our way. Just one tiny blip right near Oxford right now, the exception to the general rule. There's a storm out there near Indianola that is moving northeast. Can't rule out along the western fringe here tonight along I-55 for the next couple of hours a chance for a shower storm. But the big activity out west will take forever to get here, probably sometime after 2 a.m. That's the current thinking. But timing will be adjusted here, so don't really marry yourself to these numbers and times exactly as of right now, because we will be adjusting things. So generally speaking, 2 a.m. to mid-morning Saturday, round number one, wind and an isolated tornado threat. That's the main concern here, with some hail, maybe some heavy rain as well. But the resurgence, I guess you could say, from midday through the early evening, that could actually provide us more robust severe weather somewhere in eastern Mississippi and Alabama. All modes of severe weather possible then, in addition to some very heavy rainfall. And storm total rainfall may be upwards of 3, 4, or 5 inches of rain over the next 24 hours around here. Now, 2 a.m., here's Futurecast. Storms back to our northwest for the most part. As we get into the latter part of the overnight hours, those storms will get a little bit closer. Now, these storms could actually be farther east than what you see here by 6 o'clock in the morning. So that is the uncertainty here going through the night. How far east will those storms be? If they actually cross our area, it could actually stabilize things a little bit. If they don't, then we will tend to see a resurgence of activity by late morning into the afternoon. I tend to subscribe to that thinking at this point. We will see that resurgence, and we'll see a chance for some of those stronger storms in the afternoon on Saturday. By the early evening tomorrow, in about 24 hours, most of the heavy stuff hopefully will be rolling to our east, and then we should clear all of that out as we go throughout the course of our Saturday night. As you can see, heavy rain is possible around here, and we do have a flash flood watch in effect for the next 24 hours. Tonight, a chance for storms after 2 a.m. down into the 60s. We're back into the 70s tomorrow. Just stay weather aware for the next 24 hours. A little bit cooler northwest, a little bit warmer in the southeast tomorrow. But this is a big system. It's moving on through. We may see some wraparound clouds, maybe a shower on Sunday. We'll clear it out as we get into early next week. We're not done with the threat for frost. We're down into the mid-30s Sunday night. So it can still get cool this time of year, but we'll moderate as we get into the middle of next week.
Yet another Bulldog heading to the WNBA. More on where Morgan William is going coming up next in sports.
WCBI Sports with Tom Ebel is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
While her name wasn't called on draft night, another Hail State Hooper is going to get a chance to prove herself as a pro. Morgan Williams signs a training camp contract with the Las Vegas Aces. Training camp opens for the WNBA on April 29th. It is early, she still has to make the team, but if Mo can be a steal, jump on the final 12-woman roster for the Aces, it'd be Morgan Williams, Asia Wilson, and Kelsey Plum all on the same team. It's got to have you a little bit excited as a college basketball fan. To SEC baseball, starting up again tonight for weekend series. Ole Miss and Vanderbilt are about, 8 minutes from first pitch, I think. Number 5 Ole Miss taking on number 15 Vanderbilt. Both of these teams sitting toward the top of the SEC in each division. Ryan Rollison will be on the mound for the Rebels. First pitch at 6:30. It's not televised, but you can go to the SEC Network Plus to watch the stream. Mississippi State traveling to Auburn this weekend. Two teams desperate for conference wins as both sit at 4-8 in the SEC. Late first pitch tonight at 7:30 p.m. The game will be on the SEC Network. New Hope basketball star Tyler Stevenson makes it official, signing with Southern Miss Friday. Stevenson will join Calhoun City's Ladavius Drain as WCBI guys to play for the Golden Eagles. The 6'7" forward was a force for the Trojans, averaging 23 points per game, almost 11 boards, and 3.5 blocks per game. It's a dream come true for Stevenson to play Division I hoops in his home state.
The time down there, they got a family environment, and I really enjoyed being down there with them. It's like I'm at home, and I think Coach Clarence and Coach Doc and the rest of the coaching staff, I think they can help me be a better player and be a better person off the court. I've been thinking about this since I was a kid. Just always talking about playing Division I basketball. I just worked hard at it since I was younger, and I made it happen.
He went out on the floor every night prepared to be the best player on the floor, and that confidence that comes with that, I thought was the biggest jump for him.
In Pontotoc, Maddie McGregor signs the dotted line to continue her soccer career at ICC. This past year for the Lady Warriors, McGregor finished with 10 goals and 13 assists. McGregor will also get a chance to play with her former teammate Sarah Witt next season.
It's close to home, and I like the environment there, and they have a good radiology program. And I'm just excited to be with a lot of different people there.
We're extremely tickled for her. It's a late opportunity, but any opportunity is a good opportunity. She's a great player. She's been a great player for us, so we're excited to see what she's going to do at the next level.
To college football, the NCAA approves a new rule to kickoffs. Teams receiving kickoffs can call a fair catch anywhere inside the 25-yard line and start the drive at the 25-yard line, treating it as a touchback. The NCAA says the latest changes are another effort to make play safer. There are also some rule changes for pace of play. 40 seconds after an extra point to get the game going again, or it's a penalty. So games trying to make it a little bit faster, which will help us sports guys on Saturdays.
Yeah, those deadlines are tough on Saturdays, aren't they?
They can be. A little tough.
All right, we'll be right back.
Lots of storms back to the west, and stay weather aware. That's my advice. Live your life as normal, folks. Don't panic. We have storms coming our way. We know the drill. We will have storms in here sometime later tonight and during Saturday. We'll keep you updated here on WCBI TV and also on social media, and we'll let you know if there's any active warnings when we get them. But it will be cooler on Sunday.
Don't panic, just have a plan.
There you go. Yeah. Bear with Keith. He's got a long weekend ahead.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone. Have a great night.